Deshaun Williams is coming down to prove that he is the best wrestler in RCW. He has claimed to be the money, and tonight he is going to try and prove that, just that he had proclaimed. At RCW biggest event to ever hit the East Coast, Deshaun Williams is going to face off against the Savior, Matthew Alexander, for a shot at King later on tonight.
And his opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Savior, Matthew Alexander.
Matthew Alexander have done nothing but dominate ever since coming to RCW. He took out Brody Wade. He survived the road to 1776 tournament. He had victory in hand on Rage episode 11, but due to interference, he ended up in a time limit draw with Deshaun Williams. These two men battled it out for 30 minutes straight. Now tonight, there is no time limit. They can fight for as long as it needs to take in order to find a winner and a #1 contender for the men's world championship. Matthew Alexander have this crowd enraptured in the Savior. Washington, D.C. raising their hands up to acknowledge the Savior. There's the bell as these two men start things off with Deshaun throwing heavy blows to the ribs of Matthew Alexander. But now these two men locking up Deshaun with the arm wrench. If there's anyone that can be adept at chain wrestling, it is Deshaun Williams, but Matthew Alexander breaks out of the arm wrench, takes him down, and a big body splash. Matthew Alexander is a powerhouse, to say the least. His style of wrestling is hard-hitting and straightforward. There's no flash to it, just straight power, as Matthew Alexander picks up Deshaun in that powerbomb position and tosses him into that turnbuckle. Luther out here tonight with Matthew Alexander, while Deshaun Williams has to face Matthew Alexander alone, seeing as his A-lister companions are unavailable to accompany him or assist him in this match. Deshaun locking that triangle choke. Matthew Alexander breaks out. And now going for a pin attempt, but only a 1 count. These two men have to know that they have to end this match as quickly as possible without taking some serious damage. In order to preserve themselves for later on tonight, these two men have to recognize that they can't go 100% all out in this match. Matthew Alexander tossing Deshaun back into the ring. Both men went for an attack, missed, but Alexander able to get control again, but Deshaun quickly breaks out. These two heavyweight men bring a different style of wrestling, not fast-paced, but precise pacing. And Matthew Alexander with that running cross-body, and then he went for a big body splash, but Deshaun blocked it, and then hit a neck breaker. Deshaun now looking to go top rope, as Matthew Alexander makes his way to his feet. Deshaun with a missile drop kick from the top rope. Deshaun picking up Alexander and hits a high ankle slam, going for the pin attempt. And Matthew kicks out at 2. Matthew Alexander rolling to the apron, trying to get some distance. But Deshaun quickly on the attack, and a backdrop to the side of the apron, the hardest part of the ring. Deshaun now in control of this match, tossing Alexander, and Alexander grabs at his leg, and a 5 count. The referee is now at a 6. Alexander looking, and both men now, it's a 9 count, and both men just get right back in at the nick of time. But as they do, Alexander get caught by Deshaun and get hit with the cash out, and barely kicks out. Such a close call. Both men barely making it back into the ring before the 10 count, and as soon as they did, Deshaun hitting that cash out, almost picking up the victory right there. And now Matthew Alexander getting Deshaun up for that tombstone and going for the pin attempt. And Deshaun kicks out. Both men have hit their biggest maneuvers. And now Matthew Alexander, punch after punch to the face. Matthew Alexander not done, looking for Deshaun to get up, and he gets him back up for a second tombstone. And that does it. Deshaun and Matthew Alexander almost had another draw as they battled it out on the outside of the ring. Both men barely able to get back into the ring at the count of 9. This did not go over the 30 limit. This did not go over the 30-minute time limit where they did last time. This time, Alexander was focused up and was able to hit that tombstone. It took 2 tombstones, but it got the job done. Deshaun Williams almost pulled out a victory there with that cash out, but Matthew Alexander was able to kick out. The question now is, did Matthew Alexander sustain any significant injuries in this match? And how prepared is he for the following match?
Here's your winner, the Savior, Matthew Alexander.
Matthew Alexander with Luther, the messenger of the Savior, as these two get ready for the main event.
It's not over until I win.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 255 pounds, Tucker Reeves.
Tucker Reeves, on his shirt it says it all. One versus all. Tucker Reeves, never a man to be afraid of a fight, and will take on any and all that want to face him. This is why he was such a dominant television champion. Tonight, he's getting an opportunity to go against the men's world champion, and he faces off King in a non-title match.
And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 365 pounds, the men's world champion, King.
King is the personification of dominance. But tonight, that dominance may be questioned as his prideful nature took over and had him demand that he compete in 2 matches tonight. King did not need to fight twice in one night. He could have just waited to the main event to fight whoever won between Deshaun Williams and Matthew Alexander. But his pride would not let him. He wanted to fight tonight in order to prove that he can beat whoever is placed against him. Some say this is a stupid move. Some say that he shouldn't even be here competing right now. But he's in this ring to prove that there is no one better. There's the bell as Tucker Reed rushes toward King, and King with a big boot just takes him down. These are 2 hard-hitting men, and Tucker Reed with a chop, but King just taking it and bringing his offense back as he clubs Tucker Reeves down. These two men, two of the hardest hitting men in RCW, finally facing off. Tucker Reeves had the television championship, and he almost made it to that fifth victory where he would have fought King for that world championship. But sadly, in his fifth defense, he lost that match and lost his television championship and his opportunity at the world title, as King just hit a backdrop on Tucker Reeves to the outside. And again, Tucker just clubbing King, and King going back into the ring, and Tucker follows. King dropping Tucker. So far, King showing that dominance that he's known for. If there's anything that I've recognized from watching King matches, is that he knows how to dominate early on in a match. If you can weather the storm that King brings in the early going of a match, you have a chance. As Tucker Reeves hits a DDT, and for the first time, King is down on the mat. Tucker Reeves, he has a never stay down attitude. You hit him, he's going to find a way to get back up. King with a massive chop, and another chop, bringing Tucker crumbling down. King going for a pin now, and only a 1 count. King is a massive human being. He is like no other person that Tucker has gone against. And King looking to go for that choke slam, but Tucker unable. But Tucker breaking out, and now Tucker with the roll up, and only a 1 count. Tucker is going to have to do whatever it takes to find an opening, take advantage of that opening. And King with the takedown, and now going for a quick pin, and only a 2 count. King also know that he has to reserve his energy, for he has to defend that championship later on tonight. So as much as he wants to win this match, he has to do it in a fast fashion. King locks in a dragon sleeper. Tucker able to throw King off, and a spear! The spear out of nowhere. And King getting back to his feet. And he went for that stunner, but King reversed it into a power slam. He took that spear head on. It rocked King, but it was not enough to keep him down. And now King, middle of the ring, setting up Tucker Reeves for that King's throne. Middle of the ring. But Tucker able to get to the ropes. King with a power slam brings down Tucker, and now going for a pin attempt. And Tucker kicks out. King took one of Tucker's spears and was able to survive. Now King getting Tucker up to that top rope, and a choke slam from the top rope. And now King once again setting up the King's throne. And once again, Tucker not tapping out. King having to let go of that hold. And now Tucker tossing King over the top rope and using the rope as a guillotine over the throat of King. And now this fight is taken to the outside of the ring. Tucker now just aiming after King's leg. Tucker is just attacking the leg of King. He may see this as his only opening, his only opportunity. As the referee counts. And King gets Tucker off of him and tossing him back into the ring. So far, this match has all been in the favor of King. There's been less of a showcase of the damage Tucker can do, but more of what he can take. King now attacking Tucker Reeves' leg. And another chop to the chest as King tosses. King just showing his dominance. Tucker Reeves' body, his back, his chest completely bruised as King look again to lock in that King throne, looking to make Tucker tap out, and this time he does. This was a showcase of the type of dominance that King can put on in a match. Tucker Reeves may have held that television championship. He may have taken on some top tier competition, but no one is like King. And now after this match, King has momentum going into his world championship title defense.
Here is your winner, King!
We now know that it's going to be the savior Matthew Alexander versus King for the World Championship in the main event. And now we get ready for our World Women's Division match of the night.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Newark, New Jersey,
Marcella, an East Coast girl hailing from New Jersey, is looking to showcase her abilities in this ring after a huge win over the women's world champion Rebecca Welch. Tonight, she's looking to showcase exactly how great of a competitor she is. Marcella, the Rose of RCW. She is beautiful, but yet so talented in this ring. She knows just how great she is. Another woman who knows just how great she is, Amaya.
and her opponent from Paris, France,
She proclaimed to be not just the top wrestler, but the top diva. She's the fashionista but yet she is one of the most talented, technically gifted wrestler in RCW. She made it to the final of the world's women's side of the Road to 7076 tournament. But she came up short when she had a steel cage match against Dawn Babos. Tonight she's gonna prove. And there's the bell as Amaya rushes towards Marcella rushes towards Amaya, and Amaya going for a quick pin. These two women both know how important a victory is tonight on one of the biggest stages RCW can give you. These two women who are at the top of the women's world division want to showcase their skills and ability and prove why they should be next in line for a women's world title shot. These two women trade arm bars and arm wrenches. They're both so technically sound in the ring. So let me get back to her feet. And Amaya with a string of combos. And then Marcella rolling her up. And Amaya kicking out before even a 1 count. These two women are so exciting to watch. Not just because of their athleticism, but their ring awareness, their strategy in the ring. And Marcella, a hard kick to the face of Amaya. Yeah, and that cut Amaya's open in the side of the face. I can see blood starting to form on the side of Amaya's face. A cut this early on in a match is not a good sign for Amaya. Because that cut is just going to continue to bleed as the match progresses and become harder and harder to see. And now Marcella even taking aim, kicking at that wound. Marcella like a shark and smelled blood in the water as now she attacked that cut again with a knee strike. Amaya comes back at her with a belly to back suplex. And now Amaya with her own knee strike. Marcella going for a quick pin, but again, not even a 1 count. Marcella gonna have to do way more damage if she's looking to get a victory tonight. Amaya went to the apron to get some space, but Marcella made her pay. Marcella now following behind Amaya to attack her on the outside of the ring. And again, attacking the side of the face where that cut is. She's really trying to open up that cut that's right above the eye. Right above the, I believe, the left eye of Amaya. Now referee at a 3 count, and that double trouble knees on the floor to Amaya from Marcella, as Amaya is just being decimated by Marcella, as Marcella tosses Amaya back into the ring. And now going for a pin attempt. And Amaya just barely able to kick out after that assault to the outside by Marcella. Marcella smelled blood in the water with that cut and just took advantage of this match. And now Marcella going top rope, and she misses the best moonsault ever. Amaya was able to duck it. And that right there had led to an opening as Amaya with hard knee strikes to the side of the head of Marcella. Marcella is just lifeless in the ring as Amaya is going for a pin attempt now. And Marcella kicks out. Amaya with that bell fin going for the pin attempt. And Marcella kicks out. That was the opening that Amaya needed. But Marcella is still in this as she clothesline and takes down Amaya. Tossing Amaya to the ropes. And now a trip, and then just mocking Amaya. The arrogance of Marcella as she pulls down Amaya by her hair. Again. And a drop kick as Amaya was using the ropes to get back to her feet. And once again, Amaya's on the outside of the ring. Marcella did so much damage to Amaya last time they were outside of the ring. And looking to continue that right here, right now. And she's again on the attack. Marcella went for a punch, but Amaya was able to dodge it and toss Marcella back into the ring. Now, Amaya making her way to the top rope and a axe handle to the head of Marcella. Amaya getting fired up. As Amaya get Marcella up in a powerbomb position. And a power bomb to Marcella, middle of the ring, and only a 1 count. Marcella still got so much fight left in her. As Amaya was trying to pick up Marcella with that raising kick. Marcella, second rope, looking for Amaya to get up, and a drop kick, taking down Amaya. And gets her to win. That right there just shows that you don't need your big finishing move to win a match. You just gotta hit the right move at the right time. And that drop kick rocked Amaya after everything she gave in this match. That drop kick was just enough to keep her down. So many times it seemed like Amaya was out of it, but she found a way to get her footing back in this match and get control. But in the end, Marcella stayed focused and stayed vigilant and stayed on the offense and got the victory. These two women just showed off and showed out on why they are two of the most impressive wrestlers in RCW.
Here is your winner, Marcella.
Marcella is indeed the #1 ranked woman in the women's world's division, and she's looking to become world champion.
The following contest
It's time for the United States Championship ladder match.
From Cameron, North Carolina, weighing in at 225 pounds,
Samuel Parker said that he picked this match because he has the God-given athleticism to allow him to climb that ladder and take back his United States Championship. Some may think that he only chose this match because when it comes to a normal fall match, LJ Hernandez has his number. Samuel Parker had yet to defeat LJ Hernandez in a traditional match. It will be their third encounter. Can Samuel Parker finally beat LJ Hernandez and bring championship gold to the A-listers?
And introducing the champion from Long Beach, California, weighing in at 198 pounds, the United States champion, LJ Hernandez.
LJ Hernandez has been a dominant United States champion. He has faced off against two of the A-listers and defeated them, holding on to that championship. Never a man to back down from a challenge. Always looking to move forward and to raise the prestige of that United States Championship. Which is why he has dedicated himself into not allowing the A-listers to get a hold of that championship. And all of these fans root on LJ Hernandez. He has been given the title of the People's Champion. And you can see how much that title had meant to him, the pride that he has in being the People Champion. With or without that championship, he has won the respect of the RCW audience. And you can see that tonight in this sold out arena. And there's the bell. As these two men faces off once again, trading blows back and forth. This is no ordinary traditional match. This is a ladder match as Samuel Parker quickly goes after a ladder. And LJ jumping up and hitting that drop kick, taking down Samuel Parker. This is not going to be a traditional match of maneuvering. This is going to be a brawl and a fight in order to climb that ladder and reclaim the United States Championship. Yeah. LJ suplexes Samuel Parker into the ladder. Samuel Parker around Noah picks up LJ and drives LJ back first into that barricade. And now Samuel Parker with a steel chair. Anything and everything is legal in a ladder match. LJ using that lucha style to disarm Samuel Parker with that chair and takes him down. And now just tossing Samuel Parker back into the ring. And Samuel Parker with that drop kick. And then these two men so athletic. And Samuel Parker jumping from the mat to the third rope and hitting that moonsault onto LJ Hernandez. The athleticism of Samuel Parker is unmatched by some people. But that athleticism can only get you so far. LJ Hernandez, he has the heart, he has the spirit to take him to be a champion level competitor. And it's hard for me to say that Samuel Parker has that same type of heart as LJ springboards from the corner and hit that DDT, and now he's climbing that ladder, but Parker right there to stop him, bringing him crashing down. And now Samuel Parker going top of the ladder, and a frog splash that he misses. LJ saw it coming and dodged out of the way. Samuel Parker went crashing down, but he was able to recover in order to get LJ out of the ring. And now he has his hand on the... And as Samuel Parker had his hands on that title, LJ springboard back into the ring, drop kicking the ladder and bringing Parker down. And now LJ with that gory bomb special and a backdrop. LJ now climbing top rope, and that frog splash, and LJ misses. And LJ able to recover from that missed frog splash and takes down Samuel Parker. These two men have been going back and forth, showing how much they know each other. LJ with that top rope senton, and now going to the outside of the ring. What's LJ planning here? Seemed like he couldn't get what he was looking for and quickly made his way back into the ring before Parker could get up. And what? Deshaun Williams. Deshaun couldn't get the job done earlier, and now he's here as he gets LJ Hernandez up. Look like he's going for the cash out. Deshaun, he couldn't beat Matthew Alexander, and now he's here to help his fellow A-lister as LJ is now having to fight off Deshaun Williams. LJ grabbing that steel chair, but as he gets back in the ring, Deshaun Williams is right there. There is no rules to say that this isn't allowed. But Max Stone with security getting Deshaun Williams to leave. But how much did that just help out LJ Hernandez? Deshaun Williams came running to help his partner, and that double foot stomp from LJ to Samuel Parker. LJ just fought off both of the A-lister, and now he is taking down Samuel Parker. And LJ with that suplex. As LJ climbs the ladder. Parker barely able to bring LJ down from the top of that ladder. And that gut buster onto Parker, onto LJ. And LJ is now Parker going top rope and a crossbody. Samuel Parker with that steel chair and just bringing it down across the chest and ribs of LJ as he rolls through and hit that diamond breaker. Samuel Parker now climbing to the top of the ladder. To the top, and a frog splash from Parker to LJ. And now once again climbing the ladder. The hands are on the championship. LJ is trying his best to get back to his feet. LJ, too late, as Samuel Parker wins the match. It took Samuel Parker needing the help of Deshaun Williams, hitting a diamond breaker, and then a frog splash from the top rope. Samuel Parker did everything to keep LJ Hernandez down. And finally, Samuel Parker is once again the United States champion. It took chairs, it took Deshaun, it took a high-flying splash from the top rope. It took everything to bring down LJ Hernandez.
Here is your winner, and new United States champion, Samuel Parker. The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Heritage Championship.
Now it's time for our women's prestige match, and it is for the Women's Heritage Championship. Ashley Angel is a veteran in this ring, a former world champion, someone that all of the women in the back should inspire to have a career like. Tonight, she faces off against Sarah Kay, another woman who is looking to continue to push this division forward. Sarah Kay, our Women's Heritage Champion. She defeated Michelle Diaz to win this title. Michelle Diaz has been highly upset about this match, believing that she should be the one in this match. She lost her Women's Heritage Championship to Sarah Kay, and then she lost her Road to 76 tournament match against Ashley Angel.
Introducing the challenger from the Garden of Eden, Ashley Angel. And her opponent from Orlando, Florida, the Women's Heritage Champion, Sarah Kay.
That's the bell as these two women lock up. A sign of respect for this ring and tradition as they exchange chain wrestling. The Ashley Angel might be the last woman that you will want to chain wrestle again, but Sarah Kay holding her own. These two women know how to have a traditional match, know what it's like to respect the craft of professional wrestling and the lineage that it has, which is why these two women are the best representation of the Women's Heritage Championship. To know the prestige and history of women's wrestling and to preserve it in its purest form. These two women going back and forth. And in that exchange of chain wrestling, Sarah Kay came out on top. And now once again locking up, and this time Ashley Angel seemed to be in control. This time large wrist control, but once again Sarah Kay breaks out and remain in control of the match. We saw Ashley Angel come out and scout Sarah. We saw Ashley Angel come out and scout Sarah Kay in her last match. But did she get enough information to truly prepare herself for this match? Sarah Kay with those deadly kicks. If you give her an opening, she will find a way to kick you in the face. The chain wrestling is done, and Sarah is now on the offense with her lethal kicks. As she throws her body into that crossbody. And now going for a pin attempt. And only a 1 count. Okay. Waiting for Ashley to get up. And that enziguri bringing down Ashley Angel. Sarah Kay kicks are legendary. It is what made her career and what got her this far in RCW. Ashley Angel. Every time she starts something, Sarah Kay comes back with kicks. And just like that, hitting that Pele kick on the top of the head of Ashley Angel. And now Sarah looking to end this as she hit that SKO, this time to the back of the head. And almost picking up the victory that early, that quickly. Usually when Sarah Kay hit that SKO to the back of the head, that is a one-shot, one-done maneuver. But Ashley Angel still fight left in her as Sarah Kay go for another enziguri to the back of the head. Sarah Kay has just been rocking Ashley Angel with these kicks. She has not allowed Ashley Angel as Ashley Angel suplexes Sarah Kay into the turnbuckles. Possibly the opening she needs to somehow get her way back into this match. Sarah has not allowed Ashley to get any submission in, but just like that, with the quickness, Ashley was able to lock in that Heaven's Gate. But Sarah able to break out. Now, taking down Ashley and a kick to the chest as Sarah go for a pin attempt again. And once again, Ashley Angel kicks out. Ever since this year's started, Sarah Kay had one objective, and that is to bring prestige and relevancy back to the Heritage Championship, as Ashley Angel out of nowhere locking in Angel's wings, but Sarah Kay with those long legs were able to get to the bottom ropes to break the hole up. And now Ashley Angel going top rope for a diving elbow drop, now going for a pin. And Sarah able to kick out at the 2 count. Ashley Angel feeling the momentum as she once again locks in Angel's wings. And once again, Ashley Angel too close to the ropes. As Sarah Kay gets her feet to the rope and breaks up the attempt. But even just that little bit of the Angel wing would do massive damage to Sarah Kay's arms and shoulder blade. As Ashley Angel now drops Sarah Kay on the apron. The momentum of this match has drastically shifted from the moment that Ashley Angel was finally able to lock in a submission hold. And Sarah Kay with those Muda kicks, those quick kicks to the head, and a drop down, leapfrog, and out of nowhere another SKO. And that time it does it. This was a match that had Sarah Kay in control for the very first half of the match. And then in the second half, Ashley Angel coming back and showing why she is so good in this ring. But a SKO out of nowhere after a leapfrog, and as Ashley Angel was coming back for the rebound, Sarah Kay SKO, that Shining Wizard out of nowhere, taking down Ashley Angel and getting the win for Sarah Kay and retaining her Heritage Championship. What a match. 2 top level competitors going at it, showing exactly what Prestige Wrestling is all about.
Here is your winner, and still Women's Heritage Champion, Sarah Kay. The following contest is a 2 out of 3 falls match and is for the Women's World Championship.
Dawn Babos with her more dark appearance. She has all the confidence going into this match. The last time we saw her fight for a world championship was at End of the Line, where she lost to Brittany Ali. The woman in this match is far from that the baby babe. Dawn Babos says she killed the baby babe, and she will bring darkness, thanks to Willow, to the world championship. Rebecca Welch, no nonsense, all intensity. She lost to Marcella, but that's not gonna stop Rebecca Welch from giving everything she has in this match and focus up to defend her championship.
Introducing the challenger from Avalon, Dawn Babos. And her opponent from Birmingham, England, the Women's World Champion, Rebecca Welch.
There's a bell. These two women square up as Rebecca starts things off with a waist lock on Dawn Babos. Dawn having a hard time escaping the grasp of Rebecca, as Rebecca now takes down Dawn with a headlock. Rebecca Welch, such a fantastic technical wrestler, as Dawn Babos breaks out a headlock and now a head scissors on Rebecca Welch with those strong legs of Dawn Babos. The powerhouse really showing that she can go chain wrestling with Rebecca. Dawn now go and try to hit that senton on Rebecca, but Rebecca dodged out the way, and Rebecca now going for a crucifix pin and only a 1 count. Rebecca is telling Dawn to get up and bring it, as the two women lock back up. And Dawn just showing the power as she tosses Rebecca back before they lock up again. And Rebecca now with that wrist lock. So far this match has been very slow paced and technical, a methodical pace, some may say. Dawn just holding on, wrenching that arm in the wrist lock position. again, these two women are just showcasing chain wrestling. Dawn Bad gets sent to the rope. And that suplex from Rebecca Welch with the snap like no one else. And now Rebecca with strikes attacking the legs of Dawn Barbos. Oh, and Dawn with a headbutt taking out Rebecca and now going for a pin, but not even a 1 count. These two women truly filling each other out. The first time that they've ever competed against one another as they take this match to the outside ring. The referee starting his count as these two women face off as Rebecca hit a clothesline to Dawn Barbos. Dawn powering Rebecca back into the ring. And once again, Dawn is going for a pin attempt and not even a 1 count. Dawn, a kick to the gut. Look like she's going for that baby bomb. Middle of the ring. Hitting that baby bomb. And now that lights out knee strike. And Rebecca kicks out. Dawn can't believe it. Dawn again going for a pin. And Rebecca again kicks out. That desperation right there from Dawn. Signs of the baby babe and all her failed attempts. We've seen how when she was the baby babe, how she would lose focus after a big move. And Rebecca went for that bad luck and Dawn reversed it. Now Dawn going top rope and that double axe handle. And then again misses the senton. And a weary Rebecca dodges. These two women, it has been a very methodical, slow pace, but it's been very intricate between these two. Part of me wonder if the change in style and Rebecca get Dawn in an ankle lock. As she tries again to roll her through for that bad luck. But once again, Dawn breaks out and hits another lights out. And once again, Rebecca kicks out, refusing to stay down. And Dawn, again, showing such anger. She has to stay focused. The thing that got her to this point was how focused her power attacks were. If she loses focus, that could give an advantage to Rebecca Welch. And Dawn hits his Samoan drop on Rebecca, pulling her to the middle of the ring. And this time, Rebecca with a roll-up. Dawn reversed the roll-up into her own. Almost a 2 count, but Rebecca reverses the roll-up. And once again, reverse. These women are going back and forth with the roll-up. Who will get momentum? And Rebecca kicks off Dawn. What a match. What a technical, strong showing between both of these women. Dawn with a huge German suplex to Rebecca. And after that, German going for a pin attempt. And Rebecca once again just barely kicks out. That German dropped Rebecca right on her neck and head. And now Dawn looking for another lights out, a third one, going for the pin attempt. And this time it does it. Rebecca get pinned. Dawn Barbosa is now 1-0. One more fall and Dawn will be the new Women's World Champion. Dawn is on the attack right now, smelling blood in the water. Rebecca with some heavy kicks to the leg, and Rebecca attacking the legs and bringing down Dawn. Rebecca locking in that heel hook, that variation called the heel breaker, and Dawn has no choice but to tap. That heel breaker took out Lily Sunshine, and just like that has brought the match back to 1-1. The next fall will be the end of this match. That's Dawn reverses a clothesline into a Samoan drop. Dawn is starting to use her power moves to bring down Rebecca. Rebecca still plenty of fight in her, and a drop kick bringing down Dawn. Rebecca dragging the body of Dawn to the middle of the ring. And now locking in an ankle lock, middle of the ring. And now she grapevining on that leg. Dawn has nowhere to go. Rebecca letting go of the ankle, feeling like she did enough damage. Now looking for Dawn to get up as she picks up the heavyweight and hit that Irish Culling and gets the win. What a phenomenal World Championship level match. Dawn Barbosa just showed exactly why she is no longer the baby babe. She pushed Rebecca to her absolute limit in this match. These two women fought in a traditional, very grounded, technical match. Blow for blow, move for move, Dawn Barbosa kept up with Rebecca to the very end. But in the end, Rebecca was able to lift up Dawn Barbosa and hit that Irish Culling, getting her the victory and retaining her women's championship. Rebecca Wells once again proving why she is called the Iron Woman.
Here is your winner, and still Women's World Champion, Rebecca Welch.
Rebecca Welch showing once again what a dominant champion looks like.
The following contest is a 2-out-of-3 falls match and is for the Men's World Championship.
It is now time for the 1776 main event. This match was a journey to get to. Matthew Alexander had to face off against Deshaun Williams earlier tonight to get this opportunity. But everything cumulates to this moment. From the first time Alexander was announced by Luther to be coming to RCW, this was the pathway that was set. Luther came out here and said that a king will die and a savior will rise. Now tonight, in this sold out arena in Washington, D.C., will the declaration of the age of Alexander be set in stone? Or will King somehow find a way to overcome Alexander and his crusade? Matthew Alexander have gone against Brody Wade and Deshaun Williams in his quest to become world champion. Every sin that he has called out, he has taken care of. And now it's come down to the last sin that he said is corrupting RCW, and that is of pride. And there's no more prideful wrestler than King. Will Matthew Alexander do something only one other man have been able to do in RCW and defeat King and become the world champion? King, the most dominant wrestler in RCW. He is indeed pride personified. His pride had led him to fighting 2 matches tonight. Earlier tonight, he had a match against Tucker Reeves, a formidable opponent, but King once again showed his domination by destroying and defeating Tucker Reeves. Tucker Reeves put up a good fight, and I'm sure that King is feeling some effects from that match. But in the end of the day, King walked out victorious and as dominant as always.
Introducing the challenger Champion, King!
And there's the bell as these two men faces off for the first time. Alexander coming in with some hard strikes, but King returning the hits and showing the difference in power between the two men. As King is taking over this match early. King, known for his hard-hitting starts. It is said that if you can survive the first 5 minutes of a King match, you might have a chance. We'll see how Alexander can handle the onslaught of King power and strength. But just like how Alexander haven't fought anyone like King, King haven't fought someone like Alexander. His firm belief in that he is the savior of professional wrestling drives him to violence and next level. And Alexander go for a roll up on King and not even a 1 count. Alexander, usually the powerhouse in a match, is now facing someone who may be even more powerful as King tosses Alexander to the outside of the ring. King showing that domination very early on as King, if I haven't even gone down to the mat yet, as King picks up Alexander and choke slams him onto the floor. King tossing Alexander back into the ring after that choke slam, and now going for a pin attempt. And Alexander just barely kicking out at 2. That choke slam to the floor had to have taken a lot out of Alexander, but he still had fight left in him. Alexander using the rope to get back to his feet as King rushes in, but Alexander saw it coming and was able to dodge out. Now it's trying to strike King, and King is just taking these shots to the jaw as King continued to say, "Hit me again." 4 elbow strikes to the jaw, and King is still not flinching. Each hit to the face, and King just takes him, and a King's lariat. After those shots to the face, King just laid out Alexander with that lariat. And Alexander too close to the ropes and get the rope break at the 2 count. That King's lariat took down Alexander, but thanks to the rope, he was able to break the count. King has shown nothing but domination in this match so far. King again going for a pin attempt, and this time he gets it. Alexander has been getting rocked this entire match. And King has not held back. Alexander, for the first time in RCW, has been pinned. King has not let up at all from the get-go of this match. And once again, Alexander going for a roll-up, and King kicks out. Alexander just trying to find something. Now, Alexander just gasping as he throws heavy shots at King. And these two men are trading blow for blow. King, with a heavy chop, brings down Alexander. The King now see Alexander in the middle of the ring and locks in that King throne. Luther is begging for Alexander not to give up. And Alexander is still in this match. But for how long? How long can Alexander withstand this pressure that King is putting on him? And King wants to get another choke slam, and King goes immediately for the pin and gets the win. King just dominated Alexander. From the moment that King hit that choke slam on the outside of the ring on the floor, Alexander could not withstand the amount of pressure King just put on him. Luther was right there, rooting on his savior, determined to keep him into this match. But King just so dominant, just overpowering Alexander and ending this all with that final choke slam in the middle of the ring. King proving once again his dominance as Luther stares dagger at King as he celebrates, as King celebrates his victory.